so
Yes, YouTube. Today's video, it's been a while since we've just sat down and had a chat. So I thought we'd do another video just talking to the camera, building up a bit more of a bond again. I've got a topic for today, but we'll just have a chat, see where it goes. I wanted to tell you about what happened to me after I stopped filming on the Million Mass March, because I got left on my own. If you've seen Adam's video, Roller Royce on YouTube, check it out. You'll know I got left on my own, but it was absolutely freezing as well. But yeah, so there I was in the protest, like the anti-government thing, supporting Anonymous, and as you do. But then, out of nowhere, they blocked off in front of us, so we couldn't march any further. So we turned round. Well, I thought we'd all turned round, but apparently it was just me that turned round. Turned round, and they started blocking off behind us to trap everybody in that section of the street, because it was the first day of lockdown. Normally they wouldn't react like that to it, but I think they know what they was doing, planning lockdown on bonfire night. But it was the first day of lockdown, so shouldn't have really been in London. It's like over an hour away from me. I think it was more than that, 2.5 hours maybe we drove. I didn't drive that one, that was cool. I had a nice passenger drive down there, looking out the window. Normally when I'm driving you just gotta stick in your lane and you miss a lot of the sights and that. Seeing a lot of graffiti and stuff on bridges on the way down. But anyway, so there was blocking us off in this street, and then if you've seen Adam's video, they got blocked off in there, and there was speaking to this bloke, I think they was calling him Travis, and he tried to run through and got caught by the police. Well, as they started blocking us off, there was some bloke, I ain't got a clue who it was, at the side of me, and we was walking towards backwards, and there was like, no, go back the other way, and then they pushed this bloke at the side of me like, get back, and shoved him like really hard, and he went flying. And then as that happened, it opened up a gap in the police, so I seen my chance, ran through them. One of them tried to trip me up, so I like hurdled over his leg, got through the gap and turned around. Then they blocked it off, and then I was on my own. So them three were trapped in the street. I didn't know what was happening at this point, so I started walking back towards them, and then a copper come charging at me like, get here! And so I backed off and turned around and went back again. I was like, oh, what's going on? So tried it again, see if I could get back to them, and there was just no way, and coppers just kept coming at me. So I turned around, walked off away from it. I was walking for about 10-15 minutes because I needed to get away from that area. There was police everywhere, and so after about 10 minutes of walking, 10, 15, maybe 20, I got my phone out, had a look on maps, discovered the car was the other side of where they'd blocked them off, so I'd got out the wrong way. So I had to try and get back through them, get round them, not through because I'd have got trapped in there, but get round them, So I cut down another road, went down so far and that road had been blocked off, so I had to come back on myself, go down another road, been blocked off. So it took me, this happened at like 7 o'clock. I was left on my own. I got back to the car about 20 to 9. So I'd been walking around for like an hour and 40 minutes on my own at this point. Adam had been ringing me like with hour gaps and that, just like, yeah, we're still trapped in here, they're not letting us go yet. By the time I got to the car, my phone was on like, I think it was on 3% battery. No, the last time he rang me, I was on 3% battery. He says they should be letting us go soon. It looks like they're bringing it to an end. And then I got back to the car, looked at my phone, it was on 1% battery. So that was the last time I spoke to Adam. That was before 8:30 he's got to a bed. So I was I paid more parking on the car because we'd got till 10 to 9 on the car parking. So I paid for another 3 hours and thought, I'm in London, I might as well make the most of it. So I went sightseeing. I seen Buckingham Palace, the London Eye, like right at the bottom where you walk onto it, the new Scotland Yard, the Houses of Parliament. So all this is in London city centre. But I kept like going on little walks and going back to the car because I didn't want to go on a walk, go back to the car and the car not be there and they'd gone without me. They probably wouldn't have done that, but when you're on your own in London, loads of dodgy people about, you tend to think the worst. I didn't do no filming as well because my phone had died and I'd got my camera on me, but my camera's quite nice. I didn't want to keep pulling my camera out down dodgy alleys and it was dark and stuff on it, so I didn't really film it. I need to get a little GoPro, then you can just whip it out, film away. But so I kept heading back to the car. I had my watch on, so I knew the time. But and then I'd done a few trips back and to and from the car. It was getting really cold now. Got back to the car and 3 hours went, so that parking that I paid for had gone. I was what do I do? So I put another 3 hours on the parking. I sat down in the car park for like a couple of minutes. It was freezing, so I pulled my hood tight. I woke up like an hour later, fell asleep in some random car park in the middle of London, sat next to the car, freezing my twat off, and woke up, I'd slobbered in my hood, like great. So I went another walk round. Just at this point, I weren't sightseeing. I was walking round to stop myself freezing to death. It was absolutely freezing and kept blood pumping and that, and it warmed me up. But still, I couldn't go far from the car, so I was heading back and forth from the car, only doing little trips. And so walking around back and to from the car, having little sits next to the car, waiting, and then the next them 2 hours had gone, so that parking had gone. So I paid for like, I'd been there for like, paid for another 6 hours at this point. And then I think it was at this point it dawned on me, they've got to have been arrested. There's no way they could be still in that street. They've got to be in cells. Here's me freezing in the street. I reckon I'd have rather stayed there and got a cell for the night and been warm they all had went to sleep and that in the cells. And so I was I can't keep paying for 3 hours. I paid, I think it was £20 for 24 hours at that point. So then that was the parking covered. And I must have sat down again in the car park, fell asleep for like another hour, and I think when I woke up then, I woke up because I was not far off dying. It was absolutely freezing. I forgot to take my coat as well, so I only had a jacket on. But we was meant to be leaving by 8:30, so I was like, I'll be sound without a jacket. But this must have been about, what would it have been, about 2 in the morning now, I think. 2, 3 in the morning, and it was absolutely freezing. So I was going walks around, and there was tramps sleeping in doorways everywhere and that in the London city centre. It was really dodgy, but it's absolutely freezing. I was just started walking around the car park to keep warm. I couldn't be asked to keep going out and coming back. And then the security guard come over to me. He's like, "You alright, mate? I've noticed you've just been walking around the car park." It's like, "Yeah, I've lost my mate, and it's his. Like, I've come in his car." He was like, "Can't you ring him?" I'm like, "No, my phone's flat." And he said, "Oh, alright then." And then his shift must have been over, so he went then, and there weren't a security guard there. But I was still sat at the car. I went another little walk around because I was just getting so bored. I didn't want to sleep there, and I kept falling to sleep when I sat about. So I went a walk around to keep warm and stay awake. Come back, another walk, come back. And I think it got to about 5 o'clock, and I heard, like, no way, that's Adam's whistle without a doubt. So at that point I was buzzing, like, finally they're here. Expecting them all to be there, and we can get in the car, get the eating on. And then he must have whistled from quite far, because I was waiting, like, where is he? And then he would come walking around the corner, like, shit up, ain't on my own no more. And he was on his own. Like, what? Like, where are them? Like, they went to a different police station. The police station Adam went to was like 4 hours, not 4 hours, 4 miles away. He got let out at 2. It took him nearly 3 hours to walk to me. Because it wouldn't have took him that long, but he didn't know where he was going. His phone was flat as well. So we parked near the London Eye, so he just kept asking people directions to there. He got to there, walked past it, realised he'd gone too far, come back and finally found me. But they all got, the other 2 lads, they got sent to a different police station that was 5 miles away. No, not 5 miles, bloody hell. That was 10 miles away. But that would have took them ages to walk, and they never got let out till 4. But they paid for a taxi. At that time it's double rate, so it cost them £25 for a taxi from the police station they got sent to. I think it was near Kingston. And they got back to us at about 5:30. But me and Adam had gone a little walk around trying to find a charger. There was a hospital over the road from us, and you can charge your phone up in there. I didn't know, so Adam was charging his phone up in there, but we didn't both want to go in because with it being COVID, and I think Adam blagged it that he was visiting someone, waiting for someone in A&E. So he went into the hospital, and I was like, I'll go and check at the car. I went back to the car, walking to the car park, there was lights on. What? Looked around, like, it was the car, they were in the car with the heating on. I went over to them, they was like, "Where's Adam?" I was like, "He's in the hospital charging his phone." I'll go and fetch him. I went and I couldn't find him. It's like brilliant. Went back to the car like, I can't find him. One of them was like, I'll come with you. So we both went into the hospital and found him. It was like, yeah, they're both in the car. Got in the car. Coming out of, so then that was it. I'd found everyone. Got back into the car, drove back, stopped at services on the way back. They had a Macca's. I was just shattered at this point. I'd been to sleep in the cell, so I didn't want nothing to eat. I just wanted bed. We finally got back home at like 9:30, I think I got in. Well, he had to drop me off to my car and then I went straight home and got in bed at about 9:45 in the morning when we was meant to be leaving there at 8:30 at night. But yeah, it was quite an epic night. You've seen the footage I recorded in my last video, not my last one, the one before that, of the Million Mass March. If you've not, go back and check it out. It was a good video, I think. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, I didn't record nothing, like I say, because I didn't want to keep whipping my camera out. But I've still wanted to let you know what went on and what happened to me after, because I was in London on my own for like 10 hours and I should have recorded it, but you know when it's like a bit dodgy because of people, but the main reason was I was fucking freezing and like I just really couldn't be arsed to keep whipping the camera out, and I was just walking around, hands in my pockets, head down, just like trying to get warm. And I should have just took my coat, and if I'd have took my coat I'd have probably filmed, but I was just too cold. So yeah, and like I said, it's been a while since I've done one of these just talking to the camera videos. I thought, and I keep doing videos like with Adam, but at the minute I've just been doing like one video a week, and I really need to up that. But we was building up a bond. We still need to build up more of a bond, and yeah, so that's what happened to me. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. In a bit, beasts. I think it's all angels just walk by.